coming out on this absolutely spectacularly glorious day to enjoy this production of Twelfth Night with us. A couple of quick detail announcements. Restrooms are in the house, and we ask that if you need to use the restroom, you go down the driveway, through the front door, and then up the stairs. There's a restroom at the very, very, very top of the stairs. Unless you are a handicapped person, in which case go through the back stage and it's okay, the actors will understand. Our show runs about a little over 2.5 hours, and that includes intermission. And so, with no further ado, I ask you to silence all of your cell phones and pagers and things that go beep or make noise. I'm not sure what that says about small children. Without further ado, I give you William Shakespeare's masterful comedy, Twelfth Night.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that, surfeiting, the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying call. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound of a breeze over a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how fresh and quick art thou, that, notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the seed, not enters there, of what fidelity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abasement and low price, even in a minute, so full of shapes or fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hunt.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eye saw Olivia first, methought she purged there of pestilence. That very moment I myself became a haunt, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since pursued me. How now, what news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, for 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. But like a cloister she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round, with eye offending brine, all this seasons love of her dead brother, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of such fine frame, to pay this debt of love to but a brother, how will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers, love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what shall I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that ye yourself are saved.
Oh, my poor brother, and so perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort yourself with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, with you and those poor numbers, saved with you, hung to our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, courage and hope, both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so there's gold, mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech search for authority. The like of him, knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, for I was bred and born, not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature has a name.
What is his name?
Orsino.
Orsino? I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and thence with rush and murmur, as you know. For what great ones through the last will prattle, of that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous lady, the daughter of the count that died from trouble and sin. And leaving his truly with his precious wife and brother, he shortly after came, in whose dear love was his best and good acceptable in spite of sin.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world, till I had made mine own estate in mellow. What's my estate is?
That were her to punish, but so I had no kind of sin, no recognition.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet to thee, I believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It shall be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me vary with his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit? Only keep thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I will be. When our tongues blab, then let our eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure he has an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier than your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to our ill hours.
Why, let her accept, before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes aren't good enough for drinking in, and so be these boots too. And if they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That passing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady speak of it yesterday. And of a foolish young knight you brought in, one night here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Aguecheek?
Aye, he.
Why, he's as tall as any man in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all those ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Why, that you'll say so. He plays over the viol de gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and has all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler. And but that he hath the gift of a coward, to allay the gusts that he hath in quarreling, 'tis thought among the prudent, he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
Why, he's a coward and a coster that will say so of him. Who are they?
Does that add, moreover, he's nightly drunk in your company?
Was drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to my niece as long as there is a passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria. What, wench? Castiliana Virgo? For here comes Sir Andrew Oggyface. Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch? Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost!
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Acosta. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Acosta. How are you this day?
You mistake, knight. Accost is to front, to board, a woo her, a sail her.
By my troth, is that the meaning of accost? I will not undertake her in this company.
Very well, gentlemen.
Would thou let part so, Sir Andrew? Would thou mightest never draw sword again?
And would thou part so, mistress? I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, think you have fools in hands.
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
But you shall have, and use my hands.
Very, sir. I thought you sweet. Take your hand to the buttery bar and let it drip.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I'm not such an ass as that, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
It's a dry jest, sir. Marry now, I let go my hand, I am...
Knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I ever see thee so put down?
Never in thy life, I think, unless you see a cup of canary put me down. Sometimes I think I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I do believe that does harm my wit.
No question.
And I thought, I'll forswear it. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
Pourquoi? Do or not do? Oh, had I but put the time in the tongues that I had in dancing, fencing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the art.
And hast thou had an excellent head of hair?
Why, would that have mended my hair?
First question, for thou seest will not curl by nature.
But it befits me well enough, does it not?
Excellent! It hangs like flax on a distaff.
I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, and if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll not have me. The Count himself hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above a degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard a swear to it. Tut, the life into man.
I'll stay a month longer. You know, I am a fellow of the strangest mind. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these kickshaws of night?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever his degree. And yet, I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galleon knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper,
And I can cut the mutton to it.
and I think I have a back trip simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these things a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust? Like Mistress Mole's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in the galliard? Come home in a crotch. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncope. Is it the world that I bear to them? I did think, by the excellent constitution of your leg, that it was formed under the star of a galleon.
Aye, though it is indifferent strong, and will look well in a flame-colored stuff. What shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's sides and hearts.
No, sir, it's legs and thighs. Let me see the caper. Ha ha, higher. Ha ha, excellent.
To do continue these favors towards you, Cesaro, you are likely much advanced. He hath nothing but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario? Oh,
On your attendance, my lord, here.
stand you while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. Behold, I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, address thy gate unto her. Stand at her door, and say, there thy fixed foot shall grow, till thou have audience.
Sir, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say, do speak with her, my lord. What then?
O then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It will become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, Diana, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than Rubius, and thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative of woman's part. I know that constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to rule your lady. Let the God hold strive. Where I rule, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips. also may enter and weigh of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for being so long absent.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged will needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none fear.
Good Lenten answer. I can tell you where that saying was born of. I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Merit?
In the wars, and that you may be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools let them use their talents.
And yet you will be hanged for being so long absent. Or turned out, is that not as good to you as a hanging?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and, for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You are resolute then,
Not so neither. I'm resolved on 2 points.
that if one should break then the other will hold, or if both break your gaskins will fall.
Act, in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty as a piece of beef flesh of any one.
Peace, you rogue! No more of that! Here comes my lady. Make the excuse wisely you are back.
Wit, and speed thy will, put me in good clean. Those wits that think they have thee do very often fool. And I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what's this monotonous? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless you, lady.
Take the fool away.
Did you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool, I'll know more. Besides, the goat's honest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drinketh good counsel in his neck. 4, give the dry fool drink. Then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. All that is mended is but patch. Virtue that transgresses is but patch with sin, and sin that amends is but patch with virtue. If this simple syllogism is observed. So, if it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Miss Frisian in the highest degree. Lady, cuculus non faci motu. That's as much as say we're not mote me in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize before Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, my brother.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul's in heaven, fool.
The more fool to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do, till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise, doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, for he will not give 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel that your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. Saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that hath no more brain than a stone. Look at him now. He's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest. Take these wise men that are these set kind of fools to be little better than the fool's saints.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition, and to take those things for birdboy, which you cannot avoid. There is no slander in a loud fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury and you these reasons, for thou speakest well, fool.
My lady, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. He's a fair young gentleman and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. Speak nothing but madman. Spy on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I'm sick, or not at home. What you will, dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose skull grows crammed with brains. For here he comes. One of thy kin has a most weak piano chair.
By mine honor, Astron. Where's with the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman. What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here. A plague over these pickle herrings. How now, thought?
Good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Aye, marry, what is he?
Let it be the devil anywhere. I cannot. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool and a madman. One drop of heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit all my cause. For he's in the third degree of drink. He's drowned, go look after him.
He is but yet mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, the young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick, and he takes it on himself to understand thus much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is there to be said to him, ladies, fortified against any denial?
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
He has been told so. He says, he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post, and be the supporter to the bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
Of a very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage in years is he?
Too old to be a boy, and too young to be a man. As a squash is, before it is a peas cod or a codling, which is almost an apple. It is him in standing water, neither a boy nor a man. He is very well favoured, and speaks most shrewishly. One would believe his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentleman.
Gentlewoman, the lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come, throw it on my face. We will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I be loath to cast away my speech, for besides, it is excellently well penned. I've taken great pains to come. Good beauty, is sustain no scorn. I'm very convinced, even to the least industry.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and there are questions out for my part. Good gentle ones, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, then I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the very pinks and malice I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is for my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it. It is poetical.
It is the more like to be famed. I pray you keep it in. I heard you assaulted my gates, and allowed your approach, rather to wonder at me than to fear you. If you be mad, be gone. You have reason. 'Tis not that time of moon with me, to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? There lies your way.
No good, Spother. I'm to halt here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver, when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared to me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are a secret as maidenhead. To your ears divinity, to any others profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet
A
lady.
comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom. In what chapter?
To answer by method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now at your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, will endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty, truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning pains laid on. Lady, you are the cruellestly alive if you will leave these traces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will. As item, 2 limbs, indifferent red. Item, 2 grey eyes, lids red. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Will you send hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love cannot be recompensed, though you are crowned the non-pariah of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
The Lord does know my mind. I cannot love him, though I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, and voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature, a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? Which would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gates. I call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal contents of condemned love, and sing them aloud even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberant hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
Might too much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him, let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again. Tell me how it tastes. Fare you well. Spend this one.
I am no feed post lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fever, like my master's be, place me content. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I'm a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazing. Not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfection, with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eye. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the countess man, let his ring behind. Would I or not, tell him I'll none, as I have not flattered with his lord, I am not born. Would that the youth would come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reason for. Hide him, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what, to fear to find, mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Think, show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.